Time now for the Jack in the Box Jack Fact. Challenging the champions, Hawaii has faced the reigning NCAA champion 27 times in the last 31 seasons. The Rainbow Wahine are 11-16 against defending national champions. They lead in this match against Texas. And the first set went 25-19. Hawaii simply outplayed the national champions. Now, knowing Texas, knowing their talent, they can make adjustments. But then again, so can Hawaii. Let's go to Ryan.
Hey, thanks, Jim. Well, during that last timeout, or I should say that between the sets 1 and 2, Dave showed you talking to his team saying continue to serve tough. The reason why Hawaii is having success, he says, is because of the fact that they're putting pressure and Texas isn't passing well. On the Texas sideline, Bailey Webster, the senior outside hitter, took the team on the side and she said, we're allowing them to get to us. We're playing with too much emotion. She wants her team to settle down. She said, remember the championship match. We need to play like that once again. Back to you guys.
Okay, it's time for set number 2. And there you see Webster. And Webster has this aura about her that when she steps on the court, she gets things done.
Notice that she's starting front left here, so they're not going to wait for her to come around pre-rotation. She's starting right away in the front row where she got last set. 5 kills, no errors in 8 tries, hit 625. Her team, though, only hit 212. They're normally a 325 hitting team, so Hawaii did do a great job of holding Texas to way over 100 points under their normal average. I love the way Bailey Webster took the team aside, as Ryan Suji just said. Great seniors do that. Great leadership takes people aside and says, okay, let's change things here.
Riato serving in set 2. Step out. That ball almost tough to Longo. It was skipped down the line by Kat Bell, and it's 1-0 Texas. And Bell will serve.
Double quick with Worcester.
Dug up by Olival. Ball comes over by Longo. Advantage now, Texas. Allison sets up Victoria. The ball is hit by Nikki Taylor, but they were waiting for Taylor. So it is 2-0 Texas in the second set.
Kat Bell did everything she can to serve the ball to Olival. There goes Olival again, this time out. They're trying to work on Olival pretty much every rotation. They're testing the sophomore. Olival is a good passer. Once she settles down, I think she'll be just fine.
Palmer comes in for Texas. Palmer out of the Hawaii Baptist Academy. Number 16, serving into the net is Emily Hartung.
One of the reasons Hawaii was successful in the first set was they had Emily Hartong's serve going on. They had some other good jump floats going on. They had great serving in set number 1.
Allison serving for Texas. That is long.
Again, they were going for Olival, and Olival's smart enough to step out of the way on that serve.
3 for Texas, 2 for Hawaii here in the second set. Hawaii leads in this match, 1-0. Longo serving. Allison sets up McCage. Good slide that time by McCage. Molly McCage, 6'3" sophomore.
Much more controlled swing. You know, Texas had an unusual amount of errors, 6 errors in the first set. I think Jared Elliott probably told them to calm down, keep the ball in the court a little more.
Brooks serving, and there's Adolfo. Adolfo hitting that ball right by, that whizzed right by Victoria.
When Hawaii gets a good pass, my guess is they're going to try to work the middle as much as possible, because in the middle, they'll only be facing 1 blocker. When they set out to the pins, they'll likely have 2 giant blockers.
Lele Pali will serve for Hawaii. 3 serving 4. Allison. Allison sets up Amy Neal. No, check that.
Nice set, hand. Set us up. Set us
That
up.
was Pilar, yeah. Pilar Victoria.
Watch the setter, hand.
That's gets into the net. Another service error, this one by Palmer.
It's 3 service errors so far in this set, 6 altogether for the night.
Here's Manu Oluvao serving for Hawaii. Victoria. Adolfo.
Pilar Victoria off the Puerto Rican Junior National Team hits as heavy a ball as anybody on the team. That's the good news. Bad news is it comes back faster than it went over sometimes.
Trying to baby it over that time was Olivao. She puts it into the net for a service error. It is 6-5 Texas. Here's Victoria.
That's why his 3rd service error to Texas's 6.
Victoria gets it over in the air by Adolfo. Gets it back from Uyato. And Adolfo on that slide, her version of it, makes it work down the line.
I think a year ago, Adolfo wouldn't have been able to do that. She's much more seasoned now, much more confident. She took that first pass with her hands and then ran the step-out maneuver. It was put it right on the money. Great swing.
Serving is Kawamura, serves it long. 2nd service error by Kawamura in this match. And here comes is Webster to check in. Yes. Webster occupies that left side for Texas. Kat Bell will be on the right side in that front row. Serving will be Amy Neal. Olivao shanks it. It is 8-6 Texas.
Olivao's in a tough part of the court. She's having to pass the middle of the court. She's being squeezed by Hartong and Longo.
Neal again. Uyato. Hartong pushes it into the double block. Hartong again. Let's see. And a back row attacker has been called on Hawaii. Hawaii calls a timeout. All of a sudden, they're having carburetor trouble. It is 9-6 Texas. Seconds.
Your Hawaii.
Let's take a look at the Mid-Pac Petroleum leaderboard. These the 2012 Big West kills Emily Hartong 4.66 per set. And you see the rest.
And Jane Croson there with 3.89. She's gone. How does Hawaii fill those 4 kills? I'll tell you what, tonight, the middles are getting the job done. Kalea Adolfo and Jade Vorster.
Chasing the ball down to Uyato. Hawaii gets it across advantage now. Texas, Allison to Bell. And Bell, they will get it by Olivao in the middle. .1 for Texas. They lead it by 4. Here in the second set. Serving is Neal. Down the line, could have been an out ball. Hartong was there. Ball comes over. Here's Texas. Allison stepping out is Bell. And Bell whistles that again by Olivao in the back row.
You never know, but Bell was named Cobra Magazine National Defensive Player of the Year. She looks very offensive tonight, doesn't she?
She does. Neal puts it into the net. That ends her run. But Texas now leading by 4, 11-7 in the second set. Hawaii's got to restart, rejuvenate. They trail by 4. Uyato serving. Webster just goes up, but she doesn't have to go too high. She goes up there, and she has a view that I don't think anybody else has. Because she goes up and says, what will I use this time? Worked again.
6 kills. You know, she just dominates, man. She wants to hit 354 last year. 3.8 kills per set.
Kat Bell getting ready to serve for Texas. Bell hits it deep. Longo is there. Uyato Ball hit down on a great timed pass that time, or set to Borster.
Once again, when Hawaii's passing is on, Oyato's setting the middle. Two middles have now got 8 kills between them, and they're hitting about 700.
Hawaii trailing by 4. Emily Hartung will serve for Hawaii here in the second set. Into the net. So that euphoria of the first set starting to rub off. Hawaii desperately trying to look for it, to reignite what they had in set number 1, winning 25-19. Serving is Allison. Olivao, Uiato, Hartung. Hartung again.
Hartung with 7 kills to lead everyone on the floor, hitting 357.
They're going to wipe up some moisture now on the Texas side.
Hawaii within some unusual service errors, but you know, if Dave showed you he's going to listen to their instructions and serve tough all night long at this Texas team, they're going to make some errors once in a while. It's going to happen.